I built a recreation pond for us a long time ago, and it has just always been the hub of a party. So, you know what? Let's check out this site and follow along in this project, because it is really going to be a cool recreation pond. It is day 3 on this recreation pond, and Jason, Kyle, and myself have been here all 3 days. We got it dug out and we started putting some rocks in. We got our skim cove in, and we are trying to get all the stuff that's a little intricate done. So then when we start setting rock, we can just go right along and just work our magic with the boulders. But I really wanted to show you the boulders that I have over here. So check out the size of these boulders. Now, I just was somewhere 2 days ago, and they asked me, they said they watch our videos and watch our YouTube, and just curious, like, do you hand pick every stone so it makes it easier for you to build? And the answer to that question is no. Mother Nature does not pick its stone. Some cases we might have a few that we want specific ones, so yeah, we'll go grab those. But I like getting just a big dump truck load of stone so I can pick through it, because everything has a place. Everything has a reason. I mean, like this stone, I've already got an idea on that, but you're just gonna have to wait and see, as well as this one. The other thing is, with a recreation pond, we want to have decent size rock. You're gonna be in and out of this thing. People are gonna be having fun. You can't do these little boulders. I see a lot of that when people build ponds, and we do all machine set stuff. You can see over there Jason and Kyle, while I am doing this video with you, they are starting to finish up our skim cove. Basically, what the skim cove does is it's pulling all that water all the way down into our pump chambers. So it's a draw point. So, you know, on some of the smaller koi ponds, you have that small traditional skimmer. But with these big ponds, you know, we just don't want people out here checking that basket all the time. We don't want our pumps starving for water. So we set them up like this one has probably got like 1,000 gallons plus of storage in it. But the way we set it up is there's over 8 inches of water that can draw through there. One of the things we're going to do to create a current is we got that log in there. We're going to kind of foam everything up, so then that way it looks more like a stream. And one of the things we always do in these ponds is we do slab step egress. Check out that winding staircase, and it's going to go right up to that patio. So tomorrow, day 4, we will be rocking these shelves, and I just can't wait to get started with that, because that is going to go quicker. All right, so right now we're at the stage where we pretty much got this whole skim cove area done. Tomorrow we got to do a little bit of plumbing over here before we can button that whole edge up. All the stairs are in. Shallow end is just about 95% rocked. And one of the things after we had decided on a pond size and had everything set, the more the owners thought about it, they're like, they have some younger children, and thought maybe a splash pad somewhere shallow they could just get in and play. So that's what we're carving out now. What we're going to have to do, though, is because our liner is only so big right here in this section, that's going to have to get seamed. So that's the stage we're at right now. Actually, Jason and Kyle are going to do that right now, so then that way we can rock this whole thing. But then again, look how far this bump out is. So our skimmer is going to be drawing everything from that end. Once we did this bump out, we just created another dead zone. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 to 3 jets in here, and what we're going to do is put the power head pump so we get a little bit more vigorous current, and it won't steal the water we need for the other jets that we're going to put in the main pond. So one of the things when we're building a recreation pond, because of the depth that we're going to be like 6 to 6.5 foot deep, what we do is we put jets in the bottom because we want to get that bottom movement. Because realistically, any type of skimmer, whether it's a skim cove or a skimmer, you really can only pull to about 3 feet. So anything below 3 feet, you don't want to create a dead zone. So on the upper part, we already got our jets. On the lower part right here, what we're using is a 1-inch PVC flex, and we're looking for about 1,000 gallons jet is what we need to get the proper movement. So that's how we're going to spec our pump. We're going to have about 12 jets total in here. That's what some of these marks represent. We just want to mark them so we don't forget to get them in there. All right, so today we are going to start building the wetland. The wetland is actually the whole heart of the pond. That's what actually keeps our water super clear. So what we like to do is take the dimension of our pond and we go like 30 to 35% of the square footage of the pond, and that's how big the wetland is going to be. This one we might have to make a little bit smaller, but in essence we're going to go deeper and do more gravel, and then that way we're still getting our optimal filtration. This is not only a necessity, but aesthetically it's going to look really cool because the wetland is also going to be part of the waterfall. So let's check this out. Going to get it all marked out and then we're going to start digging. So we got the excavation on this wetland all complete. Bob is just fine tuning that last corner. We have the hole trough in for our snorkel and centipede module, which is where the upflow comes from. The pumps are actually pushing water, and it's going to percolate all the way up through the centipede modules and all these aqua blocks. So our next step is underlayment, liner, aqua blocks, and then we're going to start cobble and graveling the whole thing. First day of summer, Nick's back with us. Aren't you happy?
Yeah, I am.
We're happy.
Huh? No school.
No more school?
Yep.
Everyday work? I know Jason and I are both happy to have them.
Oh, yes we are.
So we are going to get started this morning, first thing with getting this stream all carved out, and we're going to get it rocked in. Today is Friday, and we want to get this whole thing done by the end of the day. Can we do it, Nick?
Yeah.
That's that a boy. Positivity on a Friday. Well, today is finishing touches day. We got the aquatic plants here. We can't put them in yet because the water truck is running behind, but everything is complete. We got one more tree to put in. Can't put it in until we get the rest of the mulch in, and the mulch is starting to go down. Can't wait to see this with full of water. So how did you guys start the process of actually wanting a recreation pond versus a swimming pool?
Give all the credit to Brian. He came up with it.
We knew we wanted water back here, but we didn't know what we really wanted, so we were thinking pool. So we met with a couple local pool companies who weren't really finding what we wanted versus drop-in or lined or gunite. And then we did the internet search and we went on YouTube and we came across a video by Chris Sewing with Greg Whitstock was on there. And we said, oh, this is neat. And then we fell into the YouTube wormhole. And then you just keep watching videos. And then we saw one of your videos on YouTube with one of the bigger rec ponds that you did. I can't remember exactly where it was, but we saw that. And we said, oh, that's neat. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's the guy my dad buys pond products off of. And that's kind of how this all started. And then we did our research, and then we met with you later that fall. Yeah. And that's how we started the whole process. We just thought this was perfect for what we wanted.
Once we saw the rec ponds, I don't think we ever looked back. We never thought pool again.
It's a whole different environment, and I know you visited ours, and every setting is different, so it's kind of hard to see it in your own backyard. But you know, once you saw ours, did that change any thoughts? Or
well, like we've kind of talked about, you can't describe this to people. You can't say we're putting in a pond, a swim pond. You just don't get it until you see it. So seeing yours really sold it for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew I liked them, but until I saw it and having the kids and knowing that it's big enough for them to jump in, and you know, you telling us that your kids even older had friends over and hang out in the pond and can jump and play, and just seeing it is what sold it for me.
When we went and saw yours for the first time, we had our older two with us. Yeah. And just letting them kind of move around your property,
chase frogs,
and that really was what said, yeah, this is what we're doing.
And just the thought that pond versus pool, they can explore the pond from March till November, or a pool you're only going to use from May to September if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And they can just play in this nonstop.
you know, one of the things I don't think people understand is that it's a huge trust factor. I mean, you guys had to have a lot of trust in me because, you know, you can do a drawing for this, but it's you don't
it doesn't show it.
Right. So I mean how was that for you? Because I think that's one of the biggest things I have trouble with is when I walk in your backyard, I can see it finished because that's what I do. But for you, what is it like to have to give up some of that trust and not have, like a swimming pool, you know exactly what it is. But with this is different.
I have never felt more comfortable, more trusting in a project. To spend that much money on a project and be so confident in you guys taking the project over was amazing. And I think a lot of that came from watching your previous videos of your other jobs and seeing your pond. And I've said it to Brian, like, I'm not worried. I have no cares about this whatsoever. I know I'm gonna love it when it's done, just because of the work you've done in the past. I've never seen a single thing you've done that we didn't care for, that we didn't absolutely love. And I just knew in the end, whether it was this shape or that shape and this rock was there, or it didn't matter. I knew it was going to be amazing.
I'm the nervous one when it comes to things like this. So I was so trusting that I took 3 days off of work to observe how it went the first 3 days. But it helped me kind of say, this is what they're doing, this is how it's going. And then kind of my anxiety said, okay, go with it. Because I had a really good
You had
grasp.
a lot of wants and things that you wanted, and then you started the project and you said, I don't really care anymore. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And you just let it go. And
I fully had a grasp on what was going on after the first kind of 2 days and the hole was dug in the ground. I kind of said, okay, this is it. I got a picture of this with rocks in it, and now I got it.
And to expand on that a little bit, Alan, I'm sure you know, but your crew is phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Every one of them. To come home from work and they were so friendly, and to watch you guys work a little bit and see how meticulous everybody is. Every rock you placed had a purpose, and it was in the perfect spot before you moved on to the next one. To just see that level of care you put into your work made me not worry even more. It was so easy and exciting to come home, and I never had a single complaint or wanting something different. You guys are great.
Even from day one, the respect that you took towards the property, making sure everything was put away, because the kids still played outside in the summertime. Your tools were all neatly piled. I mean, it's the little things that matter, but we absolutely noticed right away. Everything was tucked away in back so the kids couldn't get into anything. Everything was put away. The respect for the property, everything was neat. And then as you worked your way out, I mean, the grass was growing in more. You wouldn't even know you guys were here. I mean, other than the obvious.
And then even the couple days Jason came back to fix a couple things, I was like, they got to dig up, over there where we planted a couple things. I came home and I was like, you would never know he was even here. Not a single thing is out of place. It was amazing. You guys are great. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys for trusting us and for letting us create this. For us, it's like it is a piece of art for us, and we really appreciate you choosing us to create this for you and your family. Because to me, that's it's more to it than just what we do. There's a emotional attachment to every job we do.
Yeah, and I think we got that from the first day we met you, and we were comfortable from day one to today and beyond. It's been great.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys doing this to me.
Thank you.
Absolutely.